Second delay. Well, welcome to Peek into Pink Night. Hello there. I am Lisa Seifert-Weigelt from Brandon, South Dakota, and I'm excited to welcome you into Peek into Pink. Tonight, you'll get a peek into the pink Mary Kay world that we love so much. We love to see who has joined us tonight, where you're from, and who's invited you as well. Please share that info with us in the comment section. And while you're sharing your names and who invited you, I'd like you to meet my MK sisters.
Good evening and happy Tuesday. Allison Bershaw from Morton, Illinois.
And I'm Katie Erickson from Walker, Minnesota.
Hello, ladies. I'm Chantel Jennings from West Branch, Iowa.
Fabulous. Welcome tonight. So we are going to be looking at the comments in the chat section. And at the same time, we are going to be sharing with you a little bit of information about the company. And one of the things that I asked each of my sister, that was a Freudian slip, Sister MK's sisters to bring to the table some questions that they typically get about the Mary Kay career opportunity. And so I'm just going to share to begin the 7 things that I typically get asked about and that people want to know about Mary Kay. They want to know, how do you get started? How much money can you make? What are the guarantees? What are the benefits? Where do you find the people? And where do you find the time? And the last one, what's the catch? So I'm going to start with them alphabetically. And Allison, do you want to go first and just kind of share what typical 5 questions you get?
Yeah. Like, do you want me to ask the questions, like what they are? Do you want me to kind of respond, or what do you want
just what questions they ask you, and then we'll talk.
Perfect. So my 5 questions that I tend to get are, do I really need to start with inventory? I'm not going to be pushy because I'm not a pushy person. I don't have much time, so how can I still make money? So that's the whole money thing. I can't commit to all the meetings and all the things. And what's the catch? So those are my 5.
Okay. So we're going to kind of see where there's some commonalities between the questions that you get. So Chantel, you go next.
Okay. One of the biggest things in my small town is that we get asked how many consultants can be in one area and still make a business of it. How much do I have to order every month? Do I have to build a team? What if I don't wear makeup? And how much money can I make?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Katie.
So similarly to Allison and Chantel, there's always the, is inventory really necessary? And do we really need to go to all the meetings? But on top of those, I oftentimes get asked, how can you build a business when your children are at home all the time? And how can you homeschool and build a business?
Okay. So you as a guest can ask 5 questions in the chat that you might want to know. Perhaps we've already addressed some of them, and we want to make sure we cover what's most important for you to know. And maybe you're here tonight because your consultant is in a contest and she just needed you to listen. Or maybe you're here just to help a friend, or your curiosity has gotten the best of you. So right now, you might be thinking that this is the last thing that you would ever consider. And we understand that. However, before you completely dismiss what we have to say tonight, uncross those arms and just pretend with us for a moment. Pretend that you're interviewing with this company of Mary Kay. What kinds of questions would you want to have answered before you started your new job/career? And what kinds of things have you been genuinely curious about, but secretly scared to ask your MK girl? And if there is just a little voice in the back of your head that says, this could be kind of fun. I have always wanted to be an entrepreneur. And for those of you that are here just to get confirmation that Mary Kay is for you, this is it. This is your sign. You can do it. And you are here. We're here to help you with that. So we want to answer all the questions that you have. So be sure to type them in the comments, and we are going to go ahead and Allison, you
Yeah.
want to share?
Yeah, so just real quick, before we get into the nitty gritty details, we want to make sure that you share this with your friends. So as Lisa said, we love comments, we love questions. The more interactive, the better this is going to be for you, right? We want you to get out of this what you want to get out of this. So ask, ask, ask. The share button, you know what it looks like? It's that little arrow that says share. Click on that, share it with your friends, because you know what? You might have some friends who want to learn about an opportunity to close that gap in their finances, right? How many of us have had more month than money? I mean, like, let's be honest, I think we've all been there at least once at some point in our life. So they want to close that gap in finances, or they have a greater understanding of the type of support that you would receive as a beauty consultant in this business. And based on how the opportunity would look for you, like, you get to create what this career could be. It's going to look different from what I do, from what Chantel does, and Katie and Lisa, and what you would do. So that's the brilliance of this business. So share, and let's have fun tonight.
Okay, so thank you for sharing us with your friends and family. And I know that we're going to brighten someone's day by giving them a chance just to meet us, because we promise we're fun. So one of the things that we'll do when we are done is we'll post some of the information that we're sharing on Mary Kay on our Believers in Beauty Facebook page. And so you'll get to see those. But I am going to start the lead, and I'm just going to go alphabetically. So one of the things that was a question is, how do you get started? So Allison, do you want to comment? How does one get started with Mary Kay?
Yeah, so that's the exciting thing, right? Because you're interested. So how do you get started? Well, simple. Talk to your consultant. Number one, right? And number two, there's a variety of options and ways to get started. Maybe you love skincare, or maybe you love color cosmetics. I don't know, right? What are you passionate about? Or maybe it's both. But your consultant can work with you and help get you signed up anywhere from $30 to $130. But a $30 gig, like, hello, close those finance gaps, ladies. But super easy way to get started. And your consultant will walk you through every step the whole way.
Okay, so thank you, Allison. We do have a question that just came up, and I'm just going to show the question, and then Chantel, I'm going to have you answer it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so this question is from Lauren. So how do you make your MK a business that sustains your living expenses?
The first thing that I'm going to say is treat it like it's your job. We often, I've been guilty of this throughout my career at multiple times, is that I'm not making as much money. It's more of like a hobby. But you have to put in the hours in your day, just like you would if you were going to a job outside of the home. And it all is the amount of time that you put in with, again, depending on your living expenses, because we all have different living expenses. There are ways that you sit down with your director and talk about what your expenses are, how much money you need to make. And then we make out a plan for how many people you need to talk to, how many people you need to see to sell product. And we're able to break it down based on your own personal experience. But the biggest thing is to treat it like it is a job that is going to make you money.
Can I add one thing to that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. The cool thing is, it's not going to require you to work 40 hours a week to meet your living expenses, ladies. Like, you can work this part-time or super part. I mean, part-time can be 4 hours, right? Depends on what your expenses are. If is it you as a person, or are you trying to cover a certain bill? I mean, these are things that we can work with you on. So, yeah.
And that's where we make that plan with your director. And there are some people who literally take and they do all their work in one day.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be an everyday thing.
Right.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing. So let's go on to the next one. What are the guarantees in Mary Kay? Katie, you want to take that?
So the guarantees. So one of them is that Mary Kay takes a bigger risk on us than we do on the company, because if you decide that this is not for you, you are able to, the company will buy back your inventory within, I believe, the first year, right, Lisa?
Yes.
Just want to make sure I'm remembering that correctly. And wow, I just had a complete mind blank on the other guarantees.
While you're on pause for a second, I just want to share with you too is that, we can't guarantee what you would do, but we can guarantee our company. We can guarantee that it is the finest product that's out there. It's USA made. We can guarantee our legal department, our development department, our research, and all of the aspects of what the company has. They stand behind us 100% on our product. So if a consumer is not satisfied with the product, it doesn't matter. The company will, we aren't out the money, and nor are you as a consumer, but you can return that product to us and we can give you cash back, or we can trade it for another product. It's totally up to you. And like Katie said, because of that we can't guarantee what you would do, again, the company takes a higher risk on you and offers a 90% buyback guarantee within the first year on any inventory that you might still have on your shelf. Mm-hmm. Which takes us into the next question. And Allison, that is it necessary to have inventory, and why would you consider?
Wow, that's kind of like it's a loaded question, right? Yes and no. Is it required? Nope. Should you? Yep. Like you're opening up your own store, right? I mean, so if someone wants product and needs product, do they really want to wait for you to order the product and for it to get shipped to them or shipped to you? And they can just run to the next little place to get it, right? So we can teach you how to have some quick sales by introducing your friends and family to have a kit opening type of thing, right? You can start with an armload, you can start with a truckload, and everything in between. So it is up to you, but I will tell you, your sales will be quicker. They will be higher if you've got product inventory on hand. Plus, if things like sell out, like limited edition and holiday stuff and whatever, you've got it. You can be like, oh, sorry. So yeah, definitely. It's definitely something that you want to, I would recommend. And again, it's the level that you want, but there's also some really great perks too. But you know what? Your director or your team leader can share that information with you as well. So,
and we're also seeing across the board that there are issues with supply chains, and so the product may be in at the docks in California, but maybe there isn't a truck to transport it or enough workers to take it off of the ship. So keeping that in mind is another reason why you have the opportunity to carry product. Like Allison said, it's not a have to, but it's a you get to.
Right.
Okay. So the next question that I have up here is, what are some of the benefits? Chantel, you want to take that?
Oh, there's so many benefits. So many benefits. I think one of the top things, at least for me, are the women that you get to meet. Take, for example, these women on screen with me. Some of my best friends have come from Mary Kay. And a lot of them, it is like a sisterhood. So, we get those benefits of those extra women in our life and the positivity, because this is, it's our pink bubble. And we are all positivity in. We don't like to have the negativity. We lift each other up. We support each other. There are prizes. So, you work your business, you get free stuff. And that comes from the company. It's not coming out of any of your income. Let's see, other benefits.
There's spiritual growth.
Yep.
There is personal development.
Yep.
Lots of training. I mean, and it's all
free
at your
training.
fingertips. Free.
It's like we have a whole MK University. It's like its own little mini college for free. Yeah, there's so many things. And I think it's a different world that we kind of live in. We kind of get pulled into our Mary Kay world, and we can live there. We live a different way sometimes, and some people don't understand it, and that's okay. But I promise we're not a cult. We're not a cult, but it's a different lifestyle that you see with a lot of people in Mary Kay. Different, they live their life, different aspects of their life.
Mm-hmm. And if you've ever worked with a group of women, right? Has anyone ever had an office full of women? Because I have. In the corporate world. Sometimes it's great, right? And sometimes it's like, ooh. Okay, in this industry, in this business, Mary Kay's created this world where we empower each other, we motivate, and we encourage. I hope that we are all successful, but I can't compare my success to anybody else's, and you can't compare yours to mine. No. So it's all our own journey, and it's so fun to be able to like, yes, Chantel, good job, Katie, Lisa. Like, it's cool to cheer each other on and truly and genuinely love and support each other. That's a benefit, I think.
I was going to say, I'm just getting to hear that, because for some of us, the weekly meetings are where we get to hear that we matter. And that makes a huge difference in how we're able to go back home and be there for fully present for our families when otherwise we would be completely drained. And so the meetings are just amazing. You can walk in there feeling really dog tired. And when you walk out, you're just on cloud 9 because, your cup's been filled up again.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, Katie, you made a really good point. And that was when we were talking about in person going to meetings. But in the last 18, 19 months, we've really had to shift as a company and as individual business entrepreneurs. And so we've had to go a little bit more virtual. However, I think, and you can share with whatever you feel too, is that this is something that's going to carry forward, is that we'll probably do 50% in person and 50% virtually, whether that's training or being able to share the product. So how have you each gone virtually? And Katie, I'm going to start with you.
I have done things with, like Facebook Live, what we're doing here tonight on Zoom, doing FaceTime on my iPhone. So it doesn't matter. I'm not rooted to being at home. I could be at the grocery store and just pop out to the vehicle and go live with a customer because she has a question and she's visual. Mm-hmm. And the other thing I am absolutely loving is that because of the blessing of Zoom, there's no way I would get to see you wonderful ladies if it hadn't been for Zoom, because we're kind of all over the map, but we get to once a week get to see and visit with each other. Right. And so I love the fact that it gives us a way to reach out to more people, not just who's in our community and who we have time to travel to.
Mm-hmm. So, Chantel, how for you? Have you adjusted to virtual?
Most of my business is virtual. I do facials over Zoom. I've done classes over Zoom. I have done Facebook posting classes. So that's a new thing. If you're needed to have a hostess, it's an option. I still do. I've dropped in with customers, and I'll still sit one-on-one with them if they have questions or we need to go through things, on the go to check in, drop products off. But majority of my business has moved to social media and done a lot more with that because it has broadened our possibilities with what we can do. And same thing like Katie said, I mean, I'm able to work with customers. You can work with customers anywhere in the US. And there's no limitation with that because we can hop on face to face.
Perfect. And so Allison, that brings us to, where do you find the people? Where do you find them virtually, and where do you find them in person? How has it changed?
Okay, so trick question. Does everybody have a face? Okay, I think everybody has a face. So they're everywhere, you guys. They are literally everywhere. I mean, look in your phone. You've got people saved in your phone for a reason, right? They're people that you've talked to at least once. So you got You've got your phone. You've got people at church. You've got your kids, friends, parents. If you're going, like my daughter's a cheerleader this year, so I'll be spending I'm gonna get like bleacher butt, right? Like I'm gonna be sitting in the gym a lot. So hello, what do? I can talk to all these women virtually. I mean, you've got Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I mean, you got all the social media platforms that you can utilize, that you've got connections on. And you know what? Don't be afraid to just ask. Hey, have you ever had a pampering session with Mary Kay? I mean, it's kind of like ooh, you want me to do what? Just ask. It's going to be a no if you don't ask, right? So there are women everywhere. There are men everywhere, because you know what? Holidays coming, Christmas. You know who waits till last minute to shop? Men. So I mean, like there are people everywhere that would love a little pampering and love time, and just to kind of feel good about themselves. So there's not a shortage of faces out there.
No, so let me share a couple comments that we've gotten from a couple consultants. Prabha said, another great benefit is the recognition for just showing up and working our business.
Yes.
And Stacy shared that the online option is a fantastic addition to a Mary Kay business.
Yep.
Speaking of that, because we all work from different types of social media platforms, it has really expanded our territory. We are not territorial, so anywhere the U.S. flag flies, Puerto Rico, Guam, and U.S. Virgin Islands are all part of our opportunity as well. So what the pandemic has done has allowed us to explode our individual clients to go across the border and to have classes with literally somebody in Alaska at the same time that someone's in Arizona. And that's not going to go away. Would you not agree?
I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So this is an interesting one. And this one is, where do you find the time? And Katie, you mentioned earlier that people ask, since you homeschool and you have kids with you at home, how do you find the time?
You know, there's a lot you can do in 5 minutes. And so I have found that I have my list of different things that I need to do each day, and I'll spend like 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. And you know, you find out that you get a lot more done when you are willing to just really maximize those short little bits of time, that you actually get a lot more done than if you try to block out 2 hours. I've always been shocked at how much I can get done in 5 minutes.
And I'll add to that too. So, you know, we all have the same amount of time in a day, which means we all have the same amount of time in a week and a year. So when you print off a week at a glance, right, look at your calendar and plug in, or a month at a glance, right? We're getting ready to hit October before we know it. You're going to blink twice and it's going to be October 1st. But, you know, pull out your calendar and write in all the family obligations that you have, right? And you're going to see that you got to sleep. So plug your sleep in there, plug your meals in there, plug your church, plug whatever the important things are in your life. And maybe you work an 8 to 5 job, or a 7 to 4, or a 12 to 8, or 12 to 9. You work a second shift, third shift, whatever, right? I mean, you know what you work. But I think once you plug those things in, you're going to see where you can find, just like Katie said, those little bits of time that you can just quickly make some phone calls. You can throw in a little virtual appointment that's going to be 15 minutes. It could be 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It's, you know, I say, oh yeah, let's do an hour. And then we start gabbing. It's like, hey, okay, just kidding. We're done talking. Let's do the facial. But your consultant can talk you through that. If your director can work with you on scheduling. There's all kinds of options, but the key is know how much money you want to make. Where's your gap? Plug in all your personal stuff, and then see what you've got left.
Thank you, you two. And Chantel, you have 2 little ones at home and you work as a nurse. So how do you balance what you do in and out of the home?
One, you learn to multitask quickly. Like Monday nights, we have our Mary Kay, our unit meeting, and it is on Zoom. So I'm usually doing that on the way to taking my daughter to gymnastics. And while she's there, I'm in the car on my Zoom meeting. And I purposely chose Monday night classes for her because I knew that I would just be on Zoom and I can do that from the car. We take a lot of the work with us. Today I was working on some stuff while I was waiting for school to get out. It literally, like Allison and Katie both said, you find the time throughout your day. You plug in those little moments. Yesterday morning at work, I needed to get something up and get something out. So I took 2 minutes and I did it real fast and it was done. The biggest thing is planning ahead. You will learn in Mary Kay, we have our 6 most important list. And if you plan ahead the day before and you know what you need to get done the next day, it's easier to tick those things off your list as you squeeze them in those little spots. Like Allison said, we're trained to, you take a week at a time and here's what I have going on. So here's my open time. And you utilize that. We don't sit and watch movies all evening or sit on, and I do sometimes, or it's in my background. So I'm not going to say that we don't ever do that and that it's not okay, because it is, because we all need that time.
Yeah.
I'm a night owl and I don't require as much sleep. So I'm someone that I do that stuff or my reading when everyone else has gone to bed. And those hours where we can't be doing stuff with customers. So it's a matter of time, finding your time that works best throughout your day to fit those things in. Perfect.
We have a consultant who is thanking us. We did a series called Brand Ambassador, and Martha Sands Baker from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky says, "Thank you everyone who contributed to my prize. I love my autographed makeup bag and autographed color palette." Well, congratulations for winning that. That's fun. That's exciting. And that's just a quick reminder that we're here every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, 7 Central Time, that you can always come back and join us. And one of the other things that was a question that came was I'm not wanting to be pushy. So which one of you three would like to take that?
Allison, I think you do a good job of explaining this.
So I will tell you, that was my big thing, right? Like, I don't like it. I don't like it when I go to a store. Like, let me just do my thing. So the great thing about Mary Kay is it's based on relationships, right? So you make that cold call, you make that warm call. Okay, cold call someone you don't know, a warm call someone you do know, in case you didn't know. And you get together with them and you work on that relationship with them, build that trust, build the love between you and your client, and the product sells itself. It does. I mean, they're going to wash their face, they're going to rinse it off, they're going to wash their face and rinse it off. And oh my gosh, I need more. Well, you know what? You do need more. Great. Perfect. Oh, and then they're going to realize, wow, I could be a consultant, and then it goes from there. But again, relationship building, product sells itself. You can upsell, if they're getting eyeshadow and something else and mascara. Hey, you know what about an eye makeup remover? You got to take it off, and it's for your eyes because it's eye makeup remover. So you just really build that rapport with them. They'll come back. You're not pushy. They want you to help them with their skincare or their maybe they have some acne scarring, or maybe they've got dark circles. Hello, dark circles. Whatever, right? They trust you. You are the expert. So build that relationship and you've got a customer for life.
Right. And I was going to add to that we're not here to just push products at people.
No,
it's not what we do. We truly want to find products that people will help people, that they need for their skin type, products that they like. I've had customers that'll say, well, what's the difference? Do I really need this and this? No. Well, we're going to be honest. We're not going to just say, yeah, so that we're selling more product.
Right.
We're here to literally help. We just, we want, and like Al said, we build the relationship. So we're not pushing things at people. We're just letting them know that here's our recommendations and we help them with what they need help with.
Yeah.
And there's a learning curve, wouldn't you agree, you
Mhm.
three? Is that we didn't come in knowing everything, but now all of the digital tools and the things that the company has available for us are just over the moon outstanding, that we can actually share with our customers as well. We can send video links from our video lounge on product knowledge. We can send them a how-to video. There's just so much that is available. And that kind of brings us up to this last one. Other than you need to be 18 in order to begin Mary Kay, how would you answer what's the catch?
There really isn't one. I mean, because it's your own business and it can be as big or as small as you need it to be. And that can change not only from 1 year to the next, but even sometimes 1 month to the next, depending on what's going on in your life. And the greatest thing that I love is the fact that no matter what is going on in my life, Mary Kay is still there when I'm ready.
When we explain and we tell, like, we live in our pink bubble and everything's all good and rainbows and sunshine, we're blessed in this company, and so we share that. We have our businesses, but our Mary Kay company supports us 100%. They give us the resources needed. I mean, they've gone above and beyond. They are always one step ahead. They're always at the top of here's what's on trend. So our biggest thing is it does sound like, what's the catch? You're pulling me into this cult. And it's just that we are part of an amazing company. There's just no more to it than that. And we are when we make our money, we do have the highest percentage that we make on products than any other independent selling company. So there's no catch to that. That's just how our company is set up.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just share a couple things that are in the chat. Jamie shared that there's a lot of training, and this is a place where women can help other women. One, of encouraging. Bless you, Allison.
Sorry,
And another comment is the catch is that it is our business and there is no limit to the possibilities to make our lives better. And is that not absolutely? Thank you for sharing, all of you.
So many opportunities in this business.
Absolutely. So there aren't any other questions or comments that I saw in the chat box, but I do want to share with you that there actually is available to you what is called an e-start. And that e-start allows you to be able to start with e-commerce. So for $30, you get a web page for a year, and you also have a way to be able to process your orders that come into your website. That website is designed specifically for you, and it is not something that is $30 a month. This is $30 for 12 months. You have other options too, but because we're coming to you virtually, we wanted to share with you a little bit about how that works. And your consultant, your director, the person who is mentoring you can be there to guide and allow you to be the one that shines, but at the same time, there's sort of the guide from the side. One of the ways that we have each met individual clients is through our hostess program and being able to share our time with not just one person, whether it's in person or virtually, but across the United States. And so we have a hostess program that I'm going to have Katie share with you just a little bit about what those benefits are.
Okay, so one of the benefits of being a consultant is earning a discount on your product. So maybe you've already decided that becoming a part-time or full-time consultant is not for you, but did you know you can earn a one-time, anytime discount whenever you are ready to order? So there's going to be this cute little graphic that we'll be posting on the Facebook site a little bit later this evening, and you'll be able to see that you can earn $100 in free product. So, isn't that something you could get a little excited about? Think about what Mary Kay products could you get with that? Have you been eyeing that Clinical Solutions retinol set, or maybe you want to check out a new skincare set, or do you want to fill a palette with new eye and cheek colors? Because 100 and free product can help you add to your Mary Kay collection at no additional cost to you. There are a few things that to do that will help you to earn that $100. You'll need to have 6 of those people attend a Tuesday night event, either on Facebook or YouTube. They will need to share the code word with your consultant. There will need to be 25 products sold at your party. And the great news is the TimeWise repair set, it counts as 5 products because there's 5 items in there. And the TimeWise 3D sets counts as 4 products. And the microdermabrasion set counts as 2 because, again, it's how many numbers of items that are in the set. It still counts for multiple items. And the last thing is just to have 2 of your friends book their own party. So it's really simple to earn $100 in free product. And the best part is you can choose to double this program and earn double the hostess credit.
Yeah, right.
$200.
Great.
I know that's a lot of makeup and skincare there.
That's a lot of free stuff.
Woo! All right, ladies. So perhaps you have been praying for what Mary Kay and the opportunity has to offer. Looking for a side gig, a plan B, holiday cash, or just options, right? And you've seen that one woman can and has changed things for the better. Thinking like a woman is an asset, as is taking a seat at the business table. So knowing that hope and freedom and flexibility may be in your future, we invite you to become a part of our team and see yourself soaring to new heights. So let's show you what that might look like for you.
And Chantel, I got a little overzealous with the part.
That's
but
okay.
You want to share a little bit more?
Yeah. So as Katie shared about being a hostess and that one-time discount anytime. But again, that $30 cost to earn an unlimited discount for yourself, unlimited. You have some options. Like Lisa said, $30 for that e-kit. It's that e-start option. This option gives you a way to process your online purchases and a personal website for a year. Ladies, if you have never priced out what a website costs, it is not $30 for a year. So you are getting a whole business,
right?
For $30, your business. Yes.
And you don't have the headache of having to update it every quarter because they do it for you.
They literally, they manage our website. You can change some of your personal content about yourself, but you don't have to do anything with it. So $30, I promise, will never find another opportunity like this.
Yes.
So think about whether you would like to join us and come along.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. The final code word is I can. So you want to make sure that you share that with your consultant. And as always, we have another virtual event next week on Tuesday, same day, same time. You'll want to definitely be here because we are rolling out something that is called Suite 13, and it is a revolutionary, first of its kind, a virtual shopping experience. It is amazing what the company has created, and we are in the forefront of that, which does surprise those of us on screen because Mary Kay really is so innovative in what technology that they have available for us. So who do you want to invite to our events? Remember, you have an opportunity to earn $100 in free product, to partner with your consultants. You also have an opportunity to be a hostess online or virtually. So drop the friend emojis to let us know that you'd like to be a hostess. Reach out to your consultant. She can't wait to reward you. And again, we'll be right back here next Tuesday with Suite 13, which that invitation will go up onto our Believers in Beauty Facebook page. And we'll see you right back here next Tuesday at 7.
Make sure to join us for this awesomeness.
It's going to be fun.
Thank you for your time tonight. Bye.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.